Welcome to Ryugen Trade's first 5 charts in 5 minute series where I walk through my take on price action for 5 stocks, a combination of trades I've completed recently, existing open positions as well as stocks that is in my watch list. Today is a beautiful Sunday in Kuala Lumpur and it is the opposite of the choppy and downward bias market we have seen this past week in both Bursa and the US stock exchange. The 5 charts I'll be covering today will be CMSB, Widad, AAX or AAX, and these are all Bursa stocks, and in the US stock exchange we'll be covering MTCH and TQQQ. In my last video, the question I had was whether September will be a bull or a bear month, and so far we've seen the bear in control. As usual, this is a disclaimer. This video is intended for sharing and education purposes. Please do your own research before making any trades. Now let's move on to the first chart. Let's now dive into the first chart, and we're going through now the chart for CMSB. The buy call was made on 2nd September, and let's call it what it is. The price action is seeing negative momentum since then, and with 4 down days out of 5 trading days and going below the cut loss point at 1.07. Now the candle has been below the 200 moving average, and the longer it stays below, the less likely of a reversal. RSI and OBV have been downward slopings too, and for me, I'm still holding my position mainly because my position size is not that big and waiting to see what happens at the next support level at 1 ringgit. Whether 1 ringgit will hold or it will break down further. Now, the market tends to remember big round numbers, and next week should be interesting to see if 1 ringgit should hold or the reverse will happen. My only question I'm figuring out right now is, does the higher volume for the past week signal a good sign for the stock? And will there be enough buyers now to hold the price for a rebound? The second chart on my list is Widad. Now, although I don't have a position in this stock, this has been in my watch list recently. I find this stock chart pattern the ideal for stress-free trading. It won't make you super huge return, but it will give you a stress-free trade to profits. Now, the positive price action started to show in July this year, and when we look at the RSI and OBV, both clear signs of trending up. Higher highs and higher lows, always a good sign and a good upward moving stock. If you take a longer view and look back to October 2022, see how the stock have respected the 200 moving day average. And once we see a breakout above 50 cents, it could be a very positive sign for the stock moving forward towards the end of 2023. Let's move on to AAX or AAX, a hot stock that's flying at the moment. If you can take the turbulence along the way, this stock could just soar to greater heights. News-wise, expectation is high that lifting out of PN17 status will be positive for the stock. Let's check out the price action for AAX. Now, my first trade for this stock was on 21st July at 171. At that point, the 200 MA and RSI OBV was all trending up. Eventually, I closed my trade on 28 July at 240 and 252. Now, for AAX, I entered the second round as the RSI during this period fluctuated between 45 to 85, and when it dropped back to 45, I entered the position at 225 and 235. As airline stock tends to fluctuate wildly, I will put a strict cut loss if I see any weakness in the RSI and OBV indicator. For my last 2 charts, it will be my recently closed trades on the US stock exchange. Now, for US stocks, I trade a bit differently compared to Bursa, as I have a small account on TD Ameritrade. Even with my small account, I used to trade at least 6 to 8 open positions at any one time. And recently I changed my approach where I only trade 1 stock at a time, and this is more manageable and allows me to focus on specific charts and have a better feel of the right direction of the market and the stocks. Now the first stock I closed for the US stock exchange was MTCH. Now MTCH, I saw opportunity to short sell the stock when price could not break through the recent high. And you can see here also RSI and OBV trended downwards. Here you see two of my entries and exit, which eventually I made a 3% gain over a few days. Now although my trading motto is profits over perfection, there is still room for me to learn to see my trades fully run, as another 1 or 2 days could have doubled the profits. As you can see in the charts, MTCH continued to sell down after my exit and confirms the weaknesses in the price action. Now after MTCH, the next day I traded TQQQ, which was an opportunity to day trade as the market was oversold. I bought at the bottom and gained 1% over 1 hour. Now with the current volatility in trading in the US stock market, short-term trades has to be quick in and out. Now I was happy to close out the trade as it was from 9:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. and had a good night's rest. Now TQQQ is not for everyone, and please do your homework to know and understand what it is all about. It is a highly leveraged ETF and product that tracks the Nasdaq 100, and this means the movement on the TQQQ closely moves along with the Nasdaq index. So warning, it does move much faster. Now that's a wrap. That's my 5 charts in 5 minutes. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, do like, subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you so much and see you again.